Welcome to Out Your Shell. If you're here, I assume that you're thinking about becoming a TEFL teacher or the other broad spectrum of TEFL teaching English qualifications that you can get. So here on Out Your Shell is about simplistic happiness. Today we're going to go through 5 points to become a TEFL teacher. Myself only having a qualification for 6 months and using it to the max I possibly can. Join me. Beard away. There you go. Very nice, very nice. Like, subscribe. This journey, this TEFL qualification is not just going to be about teaching people. It's going deeper here on Out Your Shell. So let's go. My God, I hope the wind does not ruin this video. So, point number 1 is to be nomadic. I assume if you're looking at teaching English, you have looked across this planet, you've seen the beauty from culture, nature, and what you're capable of doing with a qualification, whether that's working with children, businessmen, adults, and everything in between. So go. So being nomadic is a massive part of why I needed this TEFL diploma myself, doing it through I2I, the level 5 diploma, in which I'm currently on the Ukrainian border here in Poland. Myself, with a whole history of working with suicide ideation, drug and alcohol abuse, children, elderly, mental health, every kind of person on the spectrum. And being here, being able to meet some amazing people, some refugees, some real stories of people, the TEFL diploma from I2I has allowed me to meet new people. Point number 2, why you should get a TEFL certificate is to be able to teach. I believe one of the reasons of being human is to pass on knowledge. Now, today I had a lesson with 13-year-old kids, students, that wanted to learn English. But there is more that you can do to that. With these kids today, we were talking about mental health. We were talking about the concept of looking at social media and comparing our lives with those on social media. Life is not perfect, and stresses in life make you stronger. Putting this message across to children, and again, it doesn't have to be serious. You can have a serious topic and have a laugh with it. We giggled, we laughed. They were happily laughing at my Polski. Dzień dobry, chcesz kawę, dwa suki, mleko, dobrze. So that's the second point, is yes, you have access to teaching children, adults, everyone, but also be able to teach more, be able to teach things that could impact their life. Myself, heavy advocate of mental health, and I integrate that with every class. At the end of class, people telling what's going to make you happy this week, what are you going to do for yourself this week, help productive growth. That's number 2. Number 3 is to break out of your routine. Myself, moving from Oxford, England, working with a great charity in drug and alcohol abuse, I loved it. I loved being able to do something for someone else. But I was stuck in a routine of go to work, pay my bills, eat, sleep, work, repeat. And that I don't think is good for you as a human. You're meant to explore, you're meant to adventure, you're meant to find more meaning in life. So yeah, break out that routine. When you get your I2I, the vast options of where you can go and work and have access to and still live comfortably. Do it, do it. By the way, if you love nature, I didn't know Poland had such amazing nature. This is near where I'm staying, but there's a more gorgeous mountain, so follow if you want to see more. Point number 4 on why you should get your TEFL diploma, your TEFL qualification, is for you. For you. Myself, I lived across the UK, I did some work abroad, I've met a vast range of people, and I think there is always room to grow. With your English teaching qualification, it broadens you to many different cultures, many different mindsets, and to step back from wherever you come from. It's very easy enough to get distracted by news and celebrities and idols and topics and politics. I believe that if everyone was to become a bit more nomadic, a bit more free, of your living and not stuck in that same cycle, that same environment, we would grow a lot more as a person. Point number 5 to get your certificate is to take a risk. To take a risk. Every day I talk to people online about mental health. I do nice little talks and everyone says the same little thing: I don't want to do this anymore. And one of the biggest things you have to do if you want to break out of that routine is to take a risk. Now, as of January, myself and Isa, we're moving to Cambodia, where I'll be teaching in order to sustain a very basic life. On top of that, I want to be using this channel and to use my other incomes in order to help people that are impoverished, people that could use an extra hand, with the amazing charities that are already out there. So TEFL is a risk. Go get a qualification and maybe you use it in the UK. But if you can take the risk, move abroad. Schools here in Poland, I'm paid £12 an hour. Times that by 5.5 for the Polish economy. And as well as taking the risk of moving abroad and doing something different, coming out of your comfort zone, it's also a vacation. I worked in a preschool for 4 years. It was my very first job, and looking back, it was my favorite job. Now, I'm not going to be going to university to become a teacher. This will never happen realistically for me. I can accept that. But I also see, as someone that wants to be a teacher, be creative in the classroom and spread some positive messages, that TEFL, doing my diploma, has now given me access to that. So it could also be a vocation. If you're someone that's young, that you don't know what to do in life, maybe you want to travel a little bit, maybe you want to be a bit nomadic, doing TEFL gives you access to that. If you're someone that's fed up, you're in your 40s, 50s, you've done the same job since you're 18 and you want to just try something for a year, TEFL for £300-400 gives you a qualification to put you out there and earn in any country. So those are the 5 top reasons I would suggest getting your TEFL certificate. It's not too overpriced and it's usable. But I'm going to be honest with you, there are negatives to trying to earn a living through your TEFL certificate. Now, here in Poland, this is all opinion based, here in Poland the economy is terrible. So I'm very fortunate to have people that are a support network around me. If I was to just do my lessons in order to live here, I would be working 6 days a week. Another negative to getting your TEFL is if you did not study in university, many amazing, gorgeous countries you will not be able to teach in simply due to not having that university degree. Despite the experience you may have had, despite what you have done in the past, they do require the university degree. That sucks. Let's be honest, that sucks. Another one, which point 5 was about taking risk and doing it. If you're from the UK or America, places like that, then okay, you have a safety net potentially to go back home. So this risk isn't a big deal. But if you're not someone who is adaptable and able to make changes in your life and who you are and how much comfort you have in life, when you go to certain countries, like I'm going to Cambodia with Isa, we cannot think with a mindset of living in comfort and stuff like that. And that's not what we want, luckily. But if you do get a TEFL and you're thinking about going to another country and that this qualification is going to make you wealthy and make you live a better quality of life, it probably won't. It probably won't. So that is the top 5 tips why you should get your TEFL certificate. I would simply recommend that you do it for the learning, to have something under your belt that you might want to use. You could take 6 months out of your life, have a mental break and go and teach somewhere beautiful. Myself, I promote anything that gets you out of your routine and out your comfort zone. So with that, come out your shell. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Ginge out.